Hi y'all, good morning. At least I hope it's gonna be a good morning anyway. We're a few minutes before sunrise, so hopefully you can see me here okay, but I'm about to hop in the kayak. We're gonna take off. We gotta get some bait here. I'm hoping to catfish today. Got my catfish gear with me, but I don't have much bait. I went out yesterday, it was a disaster, so we're gonna try to catch us some bait here as we make our way along, so best of luck. Good news is, if you're seeing this video, as I push myself off here and get in the kayak, if you're seeing this, it's a good sign that things have went our way today. This is it's a sumo spoon, is what this is, just a small curved piece of metal. I'm throwing it on bass gear, 6.5 foot long, medium heavy bass rods. I got 30-pound braid, 15-pound fluorocarbon leader. And I'm gonna just run it out here just a little ways behind us. And we're gonna start trolling. And I'm seeing, man, look at all that bait right there as we start to drop off. Look at all that. There's a ton of bait down there. Well, right here, by God, right here. Right here. Okay, here we go. They're right here in front of us. First surface activity we've seen right here. They're all over right here, okay. Okay. I don't know what they are. I think it's probably white bass. I didn't see any completely breach the surface, but at least we know they're here. They're right here, kind of on the edge of the channel here. They're up on this flat, but right off the edge, so we'll circle around through here a minute. Okay, folks, I'm feeling a lot. Look at them right here. Look at them right here busting. When our bait gets to them up here, I bet you it's gonna go down. Bet me a nickel, somebody. Go get you a nickel out of your granny's change purse in there, in a pocketbook. Shouldn't have run them damn things so far behind us. There we go. I told you as soon as we got to them it was going to happen. This one too, we're doubled. Heck yes, buddy. We're getting us some bait today, folks. If I can land them, y'all need to grab that other rod over there. Hell, I told you we need about 2 baits and we got one on. If you grab it before he comes off, let's see what these are. Yep, white bass. That's a good one too, that's a good size. Perfect. Let's see if this one's still on. There he is. Yes, folks, yes. I mean, I've seen, this time of year, I've seen fish around this area busting before. I was hoping they'd be here today. I'd seen some there recently on that other trip that I filmed downriver from here, and I thought, man, there might be something going on, and here we go. All right, Mr. White Bass. Sumo spoons for the win, folks. Pick you some of them up. Excellent white bass bait. Bass in general, smallmouth, largemouth, they'll tear them spoons up, buddy. Skipjack, certain times of the year, will tear them spoons up too. And lately, I have been getting the skipjack on the spoons while I've got these tied on. I get most of the skipjack throughout the year on a series of jigs. I usually use crappie magnets, plastics, and 1/8 ounce jig heads. But that's probably 75–80% of the skips I get is on the jigs. But every year, certain times, they won't hardly touch the jigs. They want something that's more erratic, I guess, as it swims through the water, and that's what them spoons are doing. They're just spinning and vibrating and making flash as we pull them along at 2.5–3 miles an hour. All right, let's get these out of the way. Bust our anchor out. Here is our camera mount. I guess we can put that up and get that out of the way. My anchor today, very cheap option, dumbbell. I used to use 10-pound. I lost it, so we got a 15-pound. I'm gonna just let some rope out here. Let enough for us to be able to drop that thing down. We'll tie it off here. I'll show you how to do that. Very simple on this kayak. An anchor trolley is best. An anchor trolley is mandatory if you're going to anchor down in current, but we won't have any current out here today, at least not any noticeable flow. So the way I'm going to do this is fine for lake or reservoir conditions. You don't have any flow. So I'm looking at my graph right now, and I'm watching as we swing out. I'm going to watch that drop. I'm going to watch it start to drop off here. And I'll get the camera up there. I'll show you here in a second. I'm just slowly working off. And what I want to do is put us on the edge of that drop, right where it starts to level out down there. To get us moving, I'm going to show you. So you can see here, we're coming off. We're 56 feet here, and we're starting to kind of, you see how you've got the slant, and then it starts to level out right there? Right there in that corner is kind of where we want to be. That's called a break line, and you can imagine it runs all the way up through here. So that's where we want to be. So I'm going to back us up just a little bit there to get it on us, because with these 2D graphs, what you're seeing right here, this is the new, right, as it's coming this way, as it's moving along. Well, that's behind us, because this is not, it's not like a live scope where you're seeing real-time images. This is just, there's a delay for this to get here. So we're going to back it up, and then we're going to drop that anchor down. And you don't have to be, when you're catfishing, you need to be precise. You know, you need to be pretty close, but it don't have to be, you don't have to have it down to the centimeter as far as where you're at. But you definitely want to be on that break line. You want to be within a, you know, a pretty close area to it. That way you can kind of see fish that, on, you know, a day like today where you don't have a lot of, in fact, I don't know if we'll have, I didn't look to see if they were generating at the dam downstream. I don't know if we're going to have any water movement today at all. So you want to have your baits close enough to that break line that as fish swim along it, they're going to be able to pick up on your scent even without the flow. So again, I'm watching my map card, and I'm watching. I want to see that depth start to kind of, so we're 55.7, then 0.4, 0.3, 0.2. We're starting to creep up here, now 55. So I'm just going to work us forward just a smidge, and now we're going down. It's a little bit of a process to get yourself positioned to where you can anchor right, but it's important. Now, if you, God dang it, it helps when you daggone anchor rope. Look at this. I'm making a fool of myself right here on the damn video. I swear y'all set me up. One of you's got that rope all. Let me back it up a little bit now. Okay. I swear y'all set me up for disaster every time we fish together. Every daggone time. There we go. Every daggone time y'all do this to me. I swear you just want me to look stupid on video. One of you is tying up that daggone rope down there for me. Okay, let me get this set up here. I'll show you what I'm doing. This allows me to tie that rope off right here, kind of behind us. Again, I can't stress it enough. If you're fishing current, you need an anchor trolley. That way you can drop your anchor off and have it going off the back of the kayak or the front, depending on how you're positioned. You'll never flip a kayak end over end. It will always be side to side. So you want that as far back or as far forward as you can if you're fishing in current. Today will not matter because we're not. Do a head and a chunk combo. Let's have two different cuts of bait. Well, this is a Carolina rig though on this rod. 8-ounce egg sinker down to a swivel, 80-pound monofilament down to a 10-aught size circle hook, and then we've got a Catfish Sumo bait stalker fly a few inches below it. We're going to drop it straight down here 55 feet deep. So what I ultimately want to do is have this whole rig set in about 52 feet deep, give or take. And so that sinker's on bottom. I'm just going to reel down to it. Just rod tip slightly under the water there, lift up, put it in the rod holder. So now I'm approximately 3 feet off bottom, give or take. Not an exact science, but you want it to be off the bottom when you're suspending. Kind of put it in those fish's face as they work along the bottom. If you can see that spoon pulling through the water, it's very, very erratic how it moves as you pull along. Oh, we got thumped, man. We got thumped right here. Is that a flathead bite? Is that a flathead, folks? We got thumped. I felt kabomp. Now we got something right here on our line. I want him to take that rod down. I think that's a flathead. I think we got us a flathead right here. I see some marks there on the graph, but I'm pretty sure this is a flathead. I don't want to pick up right now until he loads up, but it was a big thump. I felt it. You can feel it in a kayak, man. You can feel it when they just inhale that bait. There's a little bit of weight on the rod. Please be a flathead. And I'm so fearful if I pick up, he's still gonna just let it go. Because there's just a little bit of weight on there, but not much. So that circle hook, he needs to, I do better when I let them load up the rod. That way they put the pressure on themselves and that hook turns. He's swimming under us. The line's coming back this way. I'm gonna have to, because he's gonna get in our anchor rope. I'm gonna have to pick up. I hope he stays buttoned up. I don't want him getting in the anchor rope. He was going back that way. That's why I had to do it. I think he's in the anchor rope, actually. This is a good fish. This is a good fish. There he goes. He's in my other line for sure. He is in the anchor rope. Damn. I like when a flathead, when you feel that kabonk and they inhale that bait, I like to give it a little time. I do better with the circle hooks by letting them load up the rod. Anytime I try to reel down on them or pick up too soon, I lose them more frequently. The hookup ratio is so much better if I just show a little patience. This is a good fish. I've been wanting to bust a big flathead. That's another reason why I've been wanting to suspend more lately, because I catch more flatheads while suspending. Bass are still going crazy over there on the shore. We'll get back to catching them when we get this thing up here. I don't care about no bass right now, though, and we got a flathead on. This is a good one, man. Yeah, it's taken a little while today, man. It ain't been a lights out bite on the catfish. One little dink blue to this point for those of you that have fast forwarded and maybe missed it. One dink blue, a couple largemouth, got some white bass out here to start. Good news is I think this thing has come out of my anchor rope. I actually think he come out of my other line over there too. Boy, we may get really lucky right here if he come out of the anchor and my other line. How awesome would that be? On the skipjack head, my favorite bait. Some nice bubbles coming up. Good flathead right there. Oh man, that's a good one. I knew it. I knew the way he hit the bait. I knew, I could feel it in the kayak. I heard it like a bong. Yes. Boy, I've missed having a big flathead, man. Look at this thing right here. Look at him. Look at the big ugly man. Yeah, he looks like he's hooked pretty good. He's hooked pretty good. We can... Boy, man, we needed to get lucky today. We needed to get lucky to catch bait before I was even going to fish. We needed to get lucky once this fish hit to get him out of my anchor rope and my other line, and I'll be damned if all of it hasn't happened. This makes my day, folks. Nothing is better than catching a big flathead on a suspended bait especially in a kayak like this where it's just so much more intense when you just feel that. I mean, you can feel it. I was standing there and you could feel it up through my feet. I wish you could experience that through the TV or phone, whatever you're watching this on. It's amazing when a flathead inhales a bait in a kayak, when you're suspending, when you got that short line out. God, I love this. Man, that's a nice fish too. All right, let's see what we can do here. Get him landed. First off, let me get my bass rod out the way, bait rod out the way. Man, y'all, yes, my day is made. I wouldn't care if we caught another fish. I'm going home happy today, but I sure hope we catch some more fish. Come here, buddy. Come here. Oh, yeah. Nice, 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 nice flathead. Got her head back too. We'll switch it out, but we'll keep the head. Oh, y'all, look. Man, y'all. Let me fix that camera here where I can see something before we hold him up. Make sure we get a decent picture with this thing. I'm gonna fist pump before we hold this fish up. This makes my day, man. Yes. Hold him up here. Oh, man. Look at the size of that thing. That's a good one. I love it. You catch so many more flatheads suspending than what you ever will dragging. You get them occasionally dragging, but suspending, I don't know what it is, but you get them more. Oh, man. I've been wanting a big flathead for so long now. I've been in a little bit of a slump with them. But again, it always averages out. Oh, I got another rod going down. Another rod right here. It's going down. That's a good takedown. That's a good takedown. He's taking line. I can't get the camera turned around. He was taking line. This fish is going to interrupt the flathead's release. Let's get you going, Flatty. Take a look at you there before we pick up on this other rod. There he goes. He don't even give a crap, man. Nonchalantly. We got another fish on, though, that was pulling line before I could get the dang camera around. What we'll do, here's what we'll do. We got some fish. We've got some fish working through right here under us. We're going to get this one up the surface, get a look at him. I think this is a blue. We'll get him up here. Then, before we land him, we will lower our other bait back down. I just want to get a look at this one, get him under control. Then we'll lower that other head. I'm going to switch the head out for the other skipjack that I have in the cooler. But right now, I just want to mainly get it back down there, just to have it down in the water, in case we got more fish coming through. I see stuff on the graph right now. Let me take and show you this right quick. You can kind of see. You see all them right there, the marks right off the bottom? Those are probably cats. This is another good fish. This is another good fish right here, man. Again, I come out here today. I was, like I told you, I'm not expecting a 30 fish day here on Fort Loudon. But the fish we do get, if we can average 1 per hour over the course of the trip and end up getting 4 or 5 fish, I would hope that, 1 or 2 of them is going to be better quality. Goodness. I think this is probably a blue, but boy, if it turned out to be another flathead, how awesome would that be? Wouldn't hurt my feelings none. Business picked up, man. I was just talking about, gosh mighty, it's been a long time since we had got that little blue. And we start piddling around with the bass, and these catfish got jealous what it was. They saw me giving them bass attention. They said, we can't have that. We can't have Justin going bass fishing again. up here. I want to know what this thing is. I want to know if is it a blue? Is it a flat? Big bubbles coming. Big bubbles. That's a nice blue. Nice blue cat right there, folks. Nice blue. Okay. Okay, let's set him back. I want to get this head bait back down. We have no baits down there right now. We've potentially got other fish willing to bite. Let's drop this down. And we'll land this thing. See, when that fish right there, when he's taking that rod over like that, like, look at my kayak. I don't know if you can see, but like, it tips over. That's so much fun. It's fun right now, but like the first hit, when it first happens, and they take a rod over hard in a kayak like this, it's a smaller profile, man, is it a good time. Hey, there's that extra fist pump there for the daggone flathead, since I didn't get to fist pump him on the way out because of this fish. Yes, y'all. This is why I love suspend fishing. When it all comes together like this. I love it. I love it. And like I told you there first thing, when you're setting up on a place like this, and this place, the spot we're on here today, nothing special about it, okay? You can find 50 places just like this out here on this reservoir. It's time. It's time on the water. I can't tell you, if I knew that these fish were going to bite whatever time it is right now, well, hell, I'd have slept in a little later. We'd come out here, we'd just drop baits down when they're ready to bite. I don't know when they're going to bite. But I know if you put enough time into places like this, you get bit. You do. So, fortunately today, we were in the right place at the right time for a big flathead and a big blue. And we're gonna land this one right now. I hope he's done. I hope he's done. He ain't wanting to be done. Come on. Come on up in here, blue kitty. Oh, man. Yes. This fish here is he's actually skinny for his size. He could easily put on probably another 10 pounds and fill out a little bit. He's got a hole on top of his head too. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that there or not. It's a solid fish, buddy. Solid fish, and they work through. They kind of work through in packs. This one and the flathead was right there. Close time period together. And we had 2 baits right there in their path, and that's what got us bit. Just having baits right there in their face as they swam through. All right, I won't waste any more time. Let's let this one go. See you, blue kitty. Thanks for a good time. That fish may have been skinny, but y'all didn't get to see it because you was up there. But when he first took that rod over, man, he was stripping some line on there. He was pulling. Don't hurt to spruce up, especially when it's been down there as long as it has in this warmer water. It's been hit. Oh, speaking of our head, there it goes. There it goes. Okay. Let's, una momenta. If y'all's worth a damn, you go ahead and grab that rod. I'm gonna lower this bait down though. We got some fish working through. That's a nice takedown. Look at that. Nice takedown. He's taking line now. Okay, folks, I think that's a good one. Y'all should have done grab that rod, man. You should have done grab that rod. What are y'all doing out here with me today? My gosh, that's a good takedown. Now you've let him go back there toward the anchor. Why'd you do that for? I can't count on y'all for nothing. We got some more fish working through apparently. We had that other rod get hit. Now this one goes down. It feels like a nice fish. He's in my anchor rope though. We may be turning that graph back on if we got to pull up that anchor. We got lucky with the flathead coming out of the anchor when he got in it earlier. We'll see about this one. I don't know with this one what he is, if he's a blue or a flat. When it first hit, it didn't look like much, but as the takedown went further, and then even further and further again, and he's pulling line, I'm like, okay, this is a quality fish right here. Damn, he's all up in that anchor rope, man. This is the challenge of fishing in this kayak without the anchor trolley, not being able to put that distance between my rods and the anchor. You know, fishing with a physical anchor, man, my line is rubbing all over that too. We're gonna have some friction. I wish he could just swim out the way he came. I can feel it. You can hear it. You can hear my line rubbing on this daggone anchor rope. I think he's got my other line down there too. Hell, we got a hell of a mess here, folks. We got really lucky with the flathead earlier. He got my other line and my anchor rope and come out of both. This one, oh man, that's solid on there. Well, let me go ahead and power the graph back on, because when we get this done, we're gonna have to reset everything. I saw some, look at them bubbles coming up. Those are some big bubbles, man. Oh, crap. All right. Let's grab your anchor rope here, folks. We're gonna pull this one in by hand. Y'all have done it again. Every time I fish with you people, you make a complete fool out of me. Every daggone time. Every time. It never fails, folks. You sabotaged me this morning, tying my dang anchor rope up when I was trying to lower it. Then you see this rod going down while I'm trying to lower the other bait, and you let him swim right back there in the anchor rope and in my other line. I don't know why. We're out here to catch fish. I don't know why you don't want to reel one in. Watch this thing be a monster too and have us. Oh, he is. He's a good one. That's a nice blue. All up in that anchor rope. What a mess this is, y'all. This is, listen, you're gonna anchor fish with a physical anchor in a kayak. You're gonna use multiple lines. This is gonna happen from time to time, okay? This is just part of the game. That's the way it is, folks. Where's that hook at? Okay. I'm gonna try to get him undone here if I can. I got the weight of that anchor pulling down on the line. Okay. Oh, no, goodness. There goes my anchor back down. Okay. Okay, what a mess. I'm gonna hold this fish up though. We've earned this fish. By gosh, we're gonna get a picture with it before we send him back down. There it goes, man. You went the wrong way. You could have swam any direction, fish. You had to go that direction, didn't you? You just had to. Whew. It happens. Well, that's a good fish. That's a good fish right there. Dadgummit. All you can do is laugh at it, man. That's all you can do.